Where's your review?
What?
You know, the review that you were supposed to have out like 3 weeks ago?
Oh, dude, I've been busy with all kinds of other shit, man. I don't have time.
Yeah, I'm sure that you've been really busy torturing your dick to that copy of Super Street over there. But you're going to get this review done, and I'm going to make sure that that happens.
Now, I absolutely love cars, and I love racing, and I love video games. So when you combine all three, you get something that has the potential to make me really happy. You also get the potential to make me really, really angry, Forza Motorsport 5. But generally, they make me quite happy. And one of the first games to ever make me very happy was, for better or worse, the original Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Dude, I don't want to do this. This is sacred ground for my childhood, and I don't want to ruin something that I used to like.
Now, prior to moving out of my parents' house and being granted the ability to lose months at a time to Fallout 3, Most Wanted was likely the game that I put the most hours into throughout my formative teen years, and it's the first game that I ever took to 100% completion. Well, almost there, but I'll explain that later. I loved the cars, I loved the racing. I was kind of miffed at the car customization options because they dialed it back from the insanity that was Underground 2, but I loved running from the cops in pursuit mode. Honestly though, I haven't touched the game in a good 6 or 7 years, so my memories of it are unreliable at best. Let's get this over with. It is worth mentioning that this game was technically a launch title for the Xbox 360, but I originally played it on GameCube. As far as I can tell, the differences are minimal. What certainly isn't different is this.
How's your car running?
Papers. I need your pink slip. He's dangerous. Be careful, he'll swat paint.
No, false, incorrect, stupid! This is just wrong on so many levels. First off, who the fuck honestly thought this was a good idea? I mean, really guys, full motion video? What is this, 7th guest? Second off, when did bikini-clad women start hanging around car meets? Because I've been to quite a few and I have yet to see a single bikini top. Finally, street racers don't act like this. I mean, yeah, like in anything competitive, there's always posturing and fake machismo, but really street racers are nerds. I mean, dangerous, yeah, sometimes, but nerds nonetheless. Car meets are held in the language of engine codes, abbreviations, statistics, bench races, and unimportant vehicle minutia. It's an obsessive attention to detail that defines a nerd, and racers thrive on those details. These people, they aren't nerds, they're douchebags. But I digress. What you need to take away from the story is the following. You play as nameless white dude number 2438, and he has somehow managed to obtain one of the rarest cars in the world, a legendary 2001 BMW E46 M3 GTR, one of 10 that were ever sold to the public. Rather than spend the rest of his life making people very happy at BMW meets, your dumbass character decides to street race with it. Our main bad guy is Razor, spelled like the scooter, and he is the king of the douchebags. As such, he is the bottom bitch on the blacklist, a list of the most wanted racers in the city of Rockport, and 6 days after arriving on the scene, you are posed to take away his bottom bunk so that he has to sleep on the floor. The catch is, to challenge a blacklist driver, you race for pinks, meaning that whoever loses also loses their ride. Being the insufferable douchebag that he is, Razor sabotages your car before the race and takes your insanely rare Beamer and leaves your ass to be arrested. He then climbs his way to the top of the blacklist using your car, and you vow to do the same so you can reclaim your honor via vehicular domination, rather than, you know, just going to his house and beating his face in with a tire iron and taking back the car you probably stole from somebody else anyway. So in keeping with racing game status quo, you'll start out with some shitty cars and slowly make your way up to less shitty cars. And here's the first major problem I encountered.
Diller, these starting cars handle like ass. Can I please just say I hate the game and be done with it?
I don't know. How much do you like getting kicked in the balls?
It feels like I'm driving in goddamn molasses in these early levels. The steering is sluggish, the brakes are sluggish, you understeer no matter what you're driving, and if you play with any sort of manual shifting as opposed to automatic, you constantly end up droning along in 4th gear bored and unchallenged. Most Wanted makes no attempt to sucker you in through the first 3 to 4 hours of gameplay, and that blows. Fortunately, you do unlock NOS pretty quick, and your Franklin power is right there from the get-go, but honestly, I barely used either during the first 5 levels for anything more than prying myself up course architecture. Speaking of levels, the game works in this way. There are 15 or so levels, each one with a blacklist ranked driver acting as a mini-boss of sorts. You complete a required number of races and prerequisites so you can challenge the driver for their position on the blacklist. After defeating them, you're allowed to choose 2 markers out of a group of 6, 3 of which are mystery markers. Randomly placed in the mystery markers is a pink slip for your opponent's vehicle, effectively meaning you have a 66.66% repeating chance gaining a car for free. If you, like me, suffer from any sort of collector's anxiety, just save before the match, disable autosave, and keep beating the blacklist driver until you walk away with a car. However, if you don't need to catch them all, the only cars you actually need to complete the game are the cars off of blacklist drivers number 13, 10, and 6. The Toyota Supra, Porsche Cayman S, and the Lamborghini Galliard, I don't know how to say this. That car. Now, this is speculation, but I suspect that the game engine was primarily optimized with only the fastest cars in mind, hence the name Need for Speed, and that the first half of the game spent with the slower vehicles suffers as a result. However, I have to admit that although the game is certainly a slow boil, it really does get more fun the farther you get, especially when you unlock the Porsche Cayman S. Seriously, this is the car that reminded me why I actually liked this game back in the day. It's about at this point that the cars start to get fast enough to actually overcome the sluggishness of the controls, and the racing starts to feel like actual racing. The game makes a solid attempt at reactive AI for all the other racers that you go up against. Wait, hold on, really? Tencent, Wheels, and Torque? Man, this game is naming shit, god damn. But given the programming limitations of 2005, the other racers largely appear oblivious to your presence. In addition, this game rubber bands like a motherfucker, and it seriously becomes an issue later in the game when your competitors will suddenly gain a magical speed bonus right at the end to overcome an 8-second gap to steal the win. Also, out of all the race modes, the drag races are the absolute worst thing in the damn game, as the only way to effectively beat them is to trial and error your way to, damn it, just go. No, just go. Fucking where the did that car come from? How the am I supposed to time this? If I go too fast, it doesn't work. If I go too slow, it doesn't work. What the am I supposed to?
Dude, my maxed out Dodge Viper just got beat by a Fiat Punto. Can I please go do something else?
You know my answer.
What the game does correct right off the bat is the pursuit mode. Similar to how Grand Theft Auto has wanted levels, Need for Speed Most Wanted has heat levels. The higher the level, the more aggressive the police behave. It's not exactly revolutionary, but it functions, and more importantly, it gives you something to take your anger out on. Rolling around at the speed of smell, got cops to beat up, gotta punch 'em in the dick. The pursuit mode is sincerely the best part of this game, and possibly the only real reason to go back to it. It's fun, and more importantly, it works. Although I seriously doubt any Crown Vic could ever come close to keeping up with the car going well over 200 miles per hour. The only real problem with the pursuits is that out of all the times that I got busted, I felt that like 1 in 5 was actually my fault. And that comes back to a physics engine that isn't great. The game has a bad case of what I like to call inconsistent physics, meaning that performing the same actions won't always earn you the same result. That, and the game occasionally likes to flip you on your roof out of nowhere. Also, for some reason, this game has like a fucking love affair with slow motion. This is pretty cool the first few times it does this, but later in the game when the cops really start getting aggressive, you can't afford to ever be out of control of your vehicle even for a second. You can get around this by activating your Franklin power right before the slow motion triggers, but if you run out of it, you're out of luck. Despite all my complaints though, the game's pursuit mode is still pretty fun. You know what this game needs? Danica Patrick. Definitely Danica Patrick. Overall though, I don't think I can recommend this game in good faith. It's one of the things that sucks about racing games. They age quicker than anything else in the video game world. With every year that passes, physics engines get better and better, and you get used to playing with more reactive controls and in smoother environments. Being 10 years old now at this point, you'd think that this game would be considered a classic. Really though, this is a point in racing game history where we were just starting to develop the gap between realistic and arcade, and as a result, the game feels like neither. It's a middle child, and no matter what it does right, it will never be as loved as its older and younger siblings. Now, there is one thing that may save this game in my eyes, but it's going to require a spoiler warning. So, if you really don't want me to ruin the ending of this 10-year-old game, leave now. They gone? Okay, good. As I previously mentioned, this is the first game that I almost took to 100% completion. I say almost because there was one thing that I could not do: complete the final pursuit mission after you defeat Razor and take back the insanely rare Beamer. The reason why? When most copies of Most Wanted for the GameCube were being produced, a certain small percentage of them had a burn error that froze the game right as you defeated Razor and made the final cutscene and final pursuit inaccessible, effectively meaning you were denied the ending of the game. I probably beat the final boss of this game close to 100 times, hoping against all hope that it would just load the last mission and I could finally beat it. That never happened. The Xbox 360 version, however, does not have this problem, so let us experience the ending together, shall we? Oh joy, More full motion video.
You'll never hold on to the #1 spot. Not with me on your tail. And if you want these, you're gonna have to take them.
It's over, Razor.
It ain't over until I say it's over.
Surprise, I'm a cop. Okay, I think we all get the point. Let's go ahead and skip to the actual pursuit. And just a little bit of fast forward action here.
It's Mia. Look, don't hang up. You can't go back to any of the safe houses. Cross knows about them. Head over to the old bridge. The location is on your map. Your car's fast enough to make the jump. It's the only way. Later.
Little more fast forward action here. Okay, this is it. This is the final jump. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finally beat Most Wanted.
We are bailing on the chase. Fuel levels critical. Awesome. Get units on my point to center containment.
Really? Really?
Well, that was lame. Great. Now one of my favorite games from my childhood has been effectively ruined.
Would a cookie make it better?
Maybe. This is a waffle.
I don't care.
Eagle 1, can you advise the situation?
Affirmative Code 6, still failing to stop.
I was supposed to get this done so long ago. What is wrong with me? Yeah, sorry about that. This episode ran long because I had a lot of thoughts that had to happen here. But anyway, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate that. If you like our stuff, please subscribe to our subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, and then follow us on Twitter and all those wonderful things. Links are in the description if you don't know how to manage that. And if you like this video, check out these other videos that you can watch and do the things for. Unless you're on cell phone, in which case you can't click the annotations because they haven't figured out how to cell phone yet. Google hasn't, that is. Well, whatever. I love you guys. I gotta go and do something else. See ya. Bye.